Hello, everybody. This is Dave again. Second attempt today to do some content for you. Three things have happened to me recently that are worthy of the title, "The Power of Three." Now, I was fortunate last year to be able to order a new car in July and pick it up in September, and it took me around about to the middle of October, early November, to complete the building project that I was involved with. And since then, I've started to use the car. And a couple of weeks ago, I was at my club shooting, and I just came out, and the car wouldn't start. So the upshot of it was that we had to call out the RAC. They towed me to the dealership, and the car's literally only 3 months old. It's fully guaranteed and under warranty and everything else. They took the car in for 5 days. They couldn't find out what it was that was causing the problem. They reprogrammed the computer, and on the fifth day, I put it in on the Monday, and on the Friday, I picked it up again. So, well, on the way back, after dropping the car in to the dealership, I walked back into the village where I live, and lo and behold, there was Weatherspoons. Now, when I actually walked up to Weatherspoons, it was just before 12 o'clock, and I'll just run the video from here to let you know what happened. But it turned out to be quite an afternoon.
I don't know. Well, it's one of them. It's one of them you go like that way. Oh. When it's done, it's yours. It was only it's only in the cupboard.
I just popped out today. I was at the garage earlier. Had to leave the car in for another day. And when I walked back, I thought I'd call into my local Weatherspoons. And surprise, surprise, at the bar, they were selling pints of Worthington for 99p. And it would be rude not to partake. So there's one for now, and one for when my breakfast arrives. So chin chin, everybody. Hope you're having a good day. Catch up soon, and further updates. It's a bit of a surprise today, getting a pint of beer for 99 pence. Well done to Weatherspoons. There it is, people. What's not to like? Enjoy. That was lovely. One down and one to go. Local Weatherspoons. Enjoy. And to finish off the afternoon, a nice pint of Stella. So that turned out to be quite an eventful afternoon. Very enjoyable. Now, I normally don't drive if I have a drink, so I just found myself in a fortunate position where I didn't have the car, and there was Weatherspoons there, and I hit the jackpot that afternoon with Worthington Bitter being sold for 99p. So that was a great afternoon. Now, the next part two, very briefly, goes back to the unboxing video that I did a couple of videos back, where I had to change my laptop. And the unboxing video was the second of the three. I'm using the laptop to record this on as we speak. So there's not too much to dwell on the laptop as such, but part three, which will follow this, is probably the most upsetting for me. It will be the end of a relationship of 14 years. So stay tuned, and you can find out what happened. So just before we get into part three of the Power of Three video, I just want to reiterate that when I do have a drink, I never drink at all when I drive. So if I go out anywhere, I do go out regularly. I never drink if I know I'm driving, not even a half at all. So please don't think I drink and drive. So I just wanted to put that out there. Now, the third part of three is the ending of a relationship, which was the most upsetting for me. It's despite my best efforts to maintain things, it doesn't matter how much money was involved, things happen that you can't control. And before we go any further, I just want to make you aware that this probably isn't what you think it might be. But I do appreciate you listening anyway. But for those of you that are looking for the ending of a relationship, well, in a way it was, but in another way it wasn't. But when I moved into this property, there were several fitted items within the kitchen, and one of those was a washing machine. And it was that machine that about 2 weeks ago actually broke down. It shredded a load of belts that was inside. So I looked at getting a new one, and 2 weeks ago I ordered it, and it arrived last Tuesday week, a week on Tuesday, which would have been let me have a look at the when was it now? It was actually on the 28th of February, 28th of February. So the day before, Monday the 27th, I started to disconnect it, getting it ready so that when the new machine came, I could just unplug the old one, screw the new contacts in, and replumb everything. And that was the beginning of my problems, which I will go into right now in some detail for you. Now, some of you may know I do carry an old back injury, which sometimes flares up if I do things a bit silly, a bit naughty. If I do things I shouldn't be doing, like twisting and lifting heavy things, my back tends to give a little bit. And that was the case when I was under the sink. I was under the sink trying to locate the off valves for the red and the red and the blue, which is the cold and hot taps. While I was under there, my back gave up, and I had to stay on the floor for something like about 2 hours before I could actually gain some sort of movement again. It was a trapped nerve. It was ending up as a trapped nerve. Um, I've had some chiro, and it's been looked at. It's been dealt with, so there's not a problem. But it is a reoccurring problem if I do things that I shouldn't be doing, especially knowing that my back injury is always going to be there. So, with that in mind, I recorded part of the old machine coming out, and I'll stop the video when my back gives out, so you can enjoy it. So here we go, people. This is the offending article that has decided to leave us. It's a bit of clickbait, but you know what I'm like. It is what it is. So before we begin, I've got to remove this washing machine. The new one is coming tomorrow, and it's an integrated one, which means it's hiding behind this door. So let's show. So we've got a few things to do first before we do anything. Is, as you can see, the door has hinges here at the top, one at the bottom, and there are magnets here, one there and one there. Now these will fit on the new machine which comes tomorrow, so it's just a matter of unscrewing the hinges. This door will then come off and will locate straight onto the new one, and these catches will go straight into the other machine, so that we can fit the new machine in this space. Now, because what's happening is I'm able to do this myself, I've saved myself £115, which basically is to take off the bottom kickboard, which allows you then to pull out the machine, just unplug it and discover where the connecting pipes are for the hot and cold taps. Now in this instance they are located underneath the sink, which I've discovered today. Fortunately for me, let me just turn this around. Fortunately for me, the hot and cold feed, I've got taps on them, little switch taps, which can be turned off and the machine can then be pulled forward and the pipe's disconnected from the back of the machine. And on the bottom of the machine, where the kickboard is, you can't see that at the moment, I'll show you in a minute, there's a little drainer plug which you normally release all of the fluff and all of the rubbish. Let me see if I can show you that. Just on the on the floor, that's the kickboard on the floor. So that just pulls out, and underneath that will be the legs and the adjustments that keep the machine even and keeps it all working. So I'm just about to take the door off, and I'll catch up with you as soon as I take the door off and the fittings. Okay, so we have now removed the kickboard, and you can see the cable, the white cable here is the washing machine that's underneath the kickboard. I've located all of the pipe work. The next thing to do is to remove the top part of, I'll just show you what I'm going to be doing next, is to remove the plastic piece at the top that sits underneath the worktop. There, it will be, if I can hold the camera, this piece here, which will allow me to lift the machine so that I can put it on some rollers and pull the machine forward to get it out of the way. So that's where we're at with the moment. The fittings have been removed, the door is off, so we're now ready to get the machine moved. But before then, I just need to go into the underneath here. Located in the back of these white pipes is the red and the blue pipes that feed the machine. Then they need to be turned off before we disconnect to the other end, otherwise we'll get flooded. So just a warning to you all, disconnect or turn off at the mains before you move any of your washing machines. So I'll see you in a second. So it was exactly 2 seconds after showing you where those cut-off valves were that my back gave away, and that's where the recording stopped. So where I thought I was going to save myself £115 to fit the machine myself, I was out of action for a couple of days, and I had to get the guys in to fit it for me anyway. So it was, despite my best efforts, I could have fitted it, but with my back in the condition it was in, it wasn't worth my risking any further injury to my back. So the machine was fitted on the day, luckily, that it was delivered. So the guys from the company where the machine came from were very gracious, and they fitted it for me. I paid them the difference, so that's fine. So from there, I've had 3 or 4 days, taking it easy in the slammer, whatever you want to call it, in hospital, just to make sure that everything's back where it should be. My back's been checked over; it's okay. I just need to be a bit more aware of what my capabilities are with regards to crawling under the sink, lifting heavy things like a big machine. If you try to move a washing machine, it's not a light thing; it's quite a heavy lump. So I decided to get it all sorted out, and from there, I've been back in the game now. And a couple of days ago, I was out, so I'm just back in now. The machine's working fine, and here is a photograph of the new machine fitted, and it works well. So it's had some exceptionally good use the last week, or over the last 3 or 4 days, that should be, and it works fine. So I'm pleased with the new machine. So I do apologise for anybody that was expecting a little bit more of a personal interaction with ending of a relationship, but you know what I'm like, people. I do like a bit of clickbait, don't we all? And I also hope you enjoyed making of the video earlier this afternoon, whereby you had these quite extensive instructions on how to make your very own tin hat of invincibility. Just a little bit of fun. Anyway, people, I want to wish you all a very good evening. Have a lovely evening and enjoy. And I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, people. Bye bye.